In terms of the long-term housing strategy, can I implore the Minister to include a section on HMOs in there? I know I've raised this before, but in my constituency of Broxbourne, HMOs are becoming a real pain in the backside. I mean, they don't need planning permission when they've got less than 5. When they've got more than 5, their licence is only renewed every 5 years. It's not even a yearly thing. They cause lots of issues with parking, antisocial behaviour, and turn, quite frankly, quite residential streets into places where there's lots and lots of issues. What powers are you looking at giving councils, or can you give councils any extra powers to stop HMOs where they're not wanted?
So I recognise this is a real concern to colleagues across the House. It's raised me very regularly. I have issues in my own constituency with it as well. Our general judgment as things stand is that local authorities already have powers to restrict the proliferation of HMOs. They already benefit from or can deploy licensing powers to ensure HMOs are safe and well managed. So we believe they have robust powers. What I want to get at with colleagues, I'm more than happy to sit down with the committee again or a cross-party group of MPs, because it is raised with me so frequently, is it a case that those powers are deficient in some respect?
Yeah, they are.
Or is it the case, though, I put this to you, Chair, that I had a Conservative member say to me the other day, I'm getting all these applications for small HMOs come through. There's nothing we can do about it. I said, has your authority got an Article 4 in place? No. So there are powers that are not being used everywhere. If we get compelling evidence that those powers can't be used, the attempts have been made to use them and they've failed. For example, whether an Article 4 is in place and things are being refused, are they being overturned routinely at appeal? Let's understand what's going on. But I would have to have some compelling evidence to bringing new powers as opposed to, supporting local authorities and ensure they're using all of those powers at their disposal as things stand.
Very quickly, Lewis, and then Jonathan.
Can't cover the whole borough. It can only cover specific areas within that.
Well,
you need a high threshold. You need like 20% of your properties to be HMOs. Well, we're not near that level, but you don't need to be near that level for HMOs to cause a problem. So it doesn't necessarily work, the Article 4 direction. It needs to be a lot looser in terms of councils having more powers to implement an Article 4 direction.
Well, I think I can check whether I'm correct, but I certainly believe I'm aware of whole borough Article 4s. I had an adjournment debate on one the other day. But I'll just make this final point. We consulted in the MPPF on proposals for a more flexible policy in relation to the use of Article 4 directions, so that those planning authorities can remove those permitted development rights that's necessary to safeguard the amenity or well-being of areas. So we're looking at strengthening policy, again, looking at the feedback received on that particular point in respect of HMOs in the planning framework.
Thank you, Jonathan.
The singular challenge around